Facebook family and friends, how are you today? Today we are going to talk about why data is not enough when it comes to property investment. This is sort of a clickbait because I've been talking about data and investment in evidence-based investing. So bear with me while I try to explain and help you understand why is just the data by itself is not enough, when you are actively investing into property. Now, for those of you who don't know me, this is Moss from Investor Partner Group. I help create sustainable property portfolios without impacting lifestyles. We do that through, detailed property strategies, our buyer's agency, property development, tax and SMSF advisory. It's a one-stop shop providing end-to-end support, not only building wealth for the clients, but assisting them in reaching their goals quicker while educating them on the journey so that they can choose to do it themselves, while of course protecting their own lifestyle. Coming back to the original question, so why is data not enough? So of course data is definitely not enough when it comes to property investment. You would see a lot of buyers agents or even property gurus advertising quite openly that use data to buy properties, and most of these so-called sort of property experts use sort of key high-level data which is quite substantially abused, like yield, vacancy rates, suburb means, and what they do is they basically filter out what they need in relation to finding out exactly what the type of investment properties that they're looking for. And I'll use a quick example to explain this to you. So using the high level filters on suburbs, let's assume that I'm trying to hit 5% yield in Adelaide in today's time, or in Brisbane. You would get a list of suburbs basically that are super low on gentrification. I would say it's borderline housing commissions or infiltrated by housing commissions, and you would cut out basically 95% of the investment grade properties in pretty much all of these two major states or two major cities. Now, I saw an agent indicating that none of Adelaide works and was forcing people to buy in Brisbane 55 kilometers away from CBD to achieve like 5% yield on the properties that are already on their high best use. So the reason they were doing this, and I'm using this as an example, is because the yield itself is a mixture of not the median prices of the property. What you're looking at when you're specifically looking at yield is there's a different yield for a 4-bedroom versus 3-bedroom versus 2-bedroom. And when you're looking at the suburb mean as far as the prices go, what you're doing is you are basically looking at an effective yield, or you're looking at what I called it is a mix-up of various different yields as a generic yield term to using that sort of an indicator for an overall yield of the city. Now, we have hit 5% yield time and time again in Adelaide for properties which are within 15-kilometer radius of CBD, within 20-kilometer radius of CBD, and same with Brisbane. So why did I use this example? Well, clearly that data is not enough. It's also about understanding the correlations. It's also about understanding the relationships, and more so, it's also important by these 30-point metrics that I keep talking about, that each of these metrics, when you're looking at it, the data in a holistic form, has its own preferred range. Now, this range has to have particular thresholds which you need to adhere to, and if you don't follow these minimum standards, there is no hope in finding the right investment grade property or identifying the right suburb. Now, as a closing statement, I would like to say that just you can't be a pro in buying properties while you're doing it for the first time. You have to do it time and time again in becoming a pro in buying properties. Exactly, it's the same way. You cannot become a pro data scientist or a pro data analyst by doing a small 3-week or 3-month course. Every person need to know their own limitations. Invest in education heavily. If you are keen to basically get your hands dirty and understand how some of these mechanics works, then if you don't have the time or the expertise, then use someone who is good with numbers and good in these numbers game and who's done this time and time again. Again, the original topic was data is not enough when it comes to property investing. I hope you like it. If you did, drop it in the comments below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to drop it in the comments. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you for listening to me today. Enjoy your day.